Brian, we're supposed to be videoing. We're having so much fun building that neither one of us want to grab the camera. It's easy. I know. So while Brian's working, let's show what you're doing here. What are you doing, Brian?
Okay, so, the dovetail's over here. So basically what I'm doing...
Let me show the dovetail here. So I'm working on the dovetail here.
So I am working on inletting the shoulder for the dovetail. So it's going to come down here. We're basically going to remove this rectangle of material, and that's going to bear the weight of this cross piece. And then the dovetail is just going to be there to prevent the timbers from spreading apart.
Yes, yep, exactly. So Brian's working on those pockets, and I am working on the dovetail. So this is the piece, just finishing it up right here that's going to go in, and it's going to look really nice. This is the piece for the eye. The piece for the eye that we were talking about. It's going to look pretty. So right there is the design. Now I ran these long. I'm cutting them down. We didn't want them to run all the way to the outside of the sill plates, so they'll come in here about 3 inches or so. I think it'll be a nice detail. It'll look great.
Sometimes you get a piece and you're trying to make something and it just does not want to do what you want it to do.
I know, and that's the difference between working with wood and metal is the wood it'll compress a little bit. It'll just give you, when you need that extra little bit, it'll give it to you. Yeah. Iron and wood, or iron, forget about it. It's like, no, if it's not the right size, I'm not going to fit. Try putting a 3/4 inch peg into 3/4 inch hole with wood. You can do it, but you're not going to do it with stainless steel. So the first one of these frames that I built, Brian, was I used just like a Home Depot type of saw, yeah. You know, just like the Stanley, the $13, $14 one. And I dreaded every single cut. It was so hard, and I would sweat and just kill yourself, and everything was always disappointment. It was crooked, so I ended up cutting it 2 or 3 times. I tried to use a skill saw, and that was worse. Having these Japanese saws has completely changed everything. I mean, it's a pleasurable experience versus just an arduous trial. I would even go so far as to say. Beautiful. Beautiful. I've got to give props to my friend Samurai Carpenter for turning me on to this wonderful tool. I watched one of his videos and he said that this was a must-have, this Lee Nielsen rabbiting plane, and he was right. It is, it's almost like magic for all these little things, little cleaning things up, and the fact that it goes to the corners like in a mortise makes it, it's just a wonderful tool. And man, what a build quality. Okay, this is the exciting part. All right, so we've got our dovetail cut here on our cross piece, and Brian's got his pocket done there. Did a very nice job. This is your first time doing any of this, right?
Yeah, this is all new to me.
How's your new chisel working out?
It's great. I sharpened it last night, and it's not perfect, but you know, it's really quite sharp.
I dropped mine in the gravel today. I had to go sharpen it for 15 minutes. Got a sheath and everything. Fire hose?
Yeah, fire hose doubled up, and then it just slides in there. If I had a second chisel, I'd throw it in that side.
So you didn't want that loose in your backpack?
No, it's just... I mean, mostly because then I'd have to resharpen it again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is Brian. So he's going to work on this one here. I just got started on mine. This is my end here. I'll be chopping this out. Now, these are really critical because they're going to show, and well, it's going to be kind of a... we're going to see who does the best job here, Brian. Knowing that this is your very first one, and I've probably done these a dozen times, so now the pressure's on me. All right, so we're going to set this in here to see if, to show you how the pocket fits. Well, we know it fits, but let's see how you looking there. Okay, and then my side here. Oh, man. Does it give you the fizz?
Oh, it's great. It's such a good feeling. Everything fits perfectly together, like it was made to go together.
It is. This is nothing like it. It's just nothing like it. Yeah, that looks great. Okay.
Hey, Brian. Fred Flintstone wants his mallet back. What is that?
This is too much is almost enough.
Is that Osage orange?
No, it looks that color because I covered the whole thing in wood glue to stop it from checking.
It's heavy.
It's black locust or Robinia pseudoacacia. But yeah, it's a bit comical, isn't it? But I didn't want it to be too light.
So you were saying you don't call it a commander. What do you call it?
Oh, I thought you call it the lieutenant commander. Another word for the beetle is the commander, right?
Yes.
It's not quite big enough to be a commander, but a lieutenant maybe.
So how's your mortise coming here?
It's coming slowly. It's coming along, and I'm working my way down here. But yeah, this is the first time I've done this, so
Looks
learning as I go.
I'm taking it easy here. I got mine done there.
So it's the moment of truth. Brian is just finishing up his dovetail right there. I have to say that looks pretty good, my man.
It's not so bad. Maybe get these corners out here a little bit and just.
Pretty good. I've got mine right over there, ready to go. We haven't fitted it yet. We're gonna do it live. Do it live. I've never really had one that fit perfect the first time, so don't feel bad if it doesn't fit here. I don't even know if my side's gonna fit.
Well, we're gonna find out, won't we?
All right. I'll set the camera up here. Shall we do it? Okay. Here we go. It's the big event.
All right, I'm on the shoulder here. Ooh, it looks good. Nah, I gotta bring it back.
I'm
right here.
I'm really tight on my back side there. Back here, are you too? As well?
Up this face.
Yeah. How are you doing on your sides? Does it feel?
There's a little bit of a gap on this side.
Would you hand me the lieutenant commander there? This works good just for the kind of just the mass of it. Just want to get a feel for it here. I'm a little tight on that backside too. Checking the view. All right, let's take it out here. So it's pretty common for the first piece not to fit. You always kind of err on the side of, be very conservative, and then because you can always remove the wood, but if it's gone, you take too much, you can't add it back. So you can see a little bit of bruising right there on both sides. It's nice that it's all consistent. You know that you have at least a good fit right there. And same thing on the other side. That's where we're a little bit tight right there. So we'll just pare that down, and I think we'll probably get it to fit probably this next time. All right, fit number 2.
Third time's the charm, right?
Third time. Ooh,
Mine wants to
that
go.
sounded good. Fourth attempt.
Five, yeah.
Fit number 5. Okay. Number 6. Log cabin's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Let's see, we're a little bit bound. I didn't get in, Brian.
Oh yeah.
Well, that feels better, huh?
Yeah, it does seem. It still seems like it's sticking somewhere, but it does feel better.
Here we go again. Is this 8? 9, 10, 7?
I think it's 8.
8.
I thought 7 was going to be it. Interesting. We're down. Oh, there.
Oops, back up a little bit. All right, we quit counting. We're just gonna go, this is next. It's gotten personal at this point. Come up with yours a little bit of bound up there. That's good. Drop in there?
Yep.
That's the way it ought to feel.
Nice. Yeah.
If we can't get it out, we'll take it out in one piece with the forklift, right? I'm gonna hit it again, Brian.
Yep.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Oh no! I tore out a little bit. Oh. Yours looks good. Oh, it just seated perfectly. Right in there. So, wow, that's interesting. Nice. Yeah. So here come the excuses. You have your excuse ready? I've got mine ready. Brian's got a really good excuse, being like this is the first time you've ever done it. Let's take a look at your work here. So
I'm really happy with the way that I got these sides of the dovetail to flush up here. I'm not so happy with these shoulders here. And it's interesting because they did fit well, and then this gap opened up as we drove this cross piece down.
yeah, it is interesting, isn't it, how that happened? I don't know enough about it, but you know what? Overall, it's gonna increase. You know, all this is gonna open up once it gets dries out a little bit. But I think that for a first try, I think that's really good. Mine's not much better. See over here. So I had still had the same. I actually the wood started to the top of it started to break out right there. So I'll have to put well, it's okay. It just is what it is. It was a little bit tight. Must have been too tight right there. Shoulders, I got the same issue you have going on there a little bit, right? Don't you? But that's all right. It looks cool.
Yeah, it sure does.
It's a lot of effort. A lot of effort. Wait, we have a.
But you'll be just think about how many years of looking at that dovetail you're going to get out of this.
I'm already enjoying it. Yeah, it looks nice. So look at it from the big picture here. That looks nice. That shape is very pleasing. That kind of a chevron. That's great. That's a nice garden box right there. So I think it's safe to assume beginners, 2 guys, but having it done 100%, like flowers planted 2 days or 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
And that's cutting. That's also accounting for cutting all of the timbers from raw logs too. So if we could do it again, we could take a day off of that.
Yeah.
I think pretty easily.
Heck, we could save half a day just doing these, not doing the dovetail.
Not doing the dovetail, yeah. Yeah. It's cool though. We had to do it.
Make sure you get a shot too here of the sill taper, right?
Yeah, isn't that look nice? That is nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Brian worked pretty hard. He planed these corners down here. Those turned out really good, didn't they? That looks
that really heavy Japanese hand plane.
looks nice. Yeah, and we did pretty good. We're pretty flush on the top there. Within an eighth or so. But we also, it's a perfect storm because we have 2 guys milling the lumber that we don't have a clue with varying results. We've got, so there's there's a huge learning curve to all this stuff. That's the thing.
I mean, this is all new, the first time I've
Yeah. But it goes to show what you could do. I mean, right here, what we've built, I mean, that is less the roof. That is the lion's share of of a cabin or a house. If you could do this with the tools that we had, and these techniques are essentially the same, there's nothing really, I'd say this is a third of it. Knee braces are the other third, and the third, and the rafters. But there's just not much more to it than that. I mean, that essentially is the start of a little house. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll put it in the ground next time. Maybe I can have it done before Mrs. W gets back and have a surprise. But what do you think of the size? Do you think it's too far of a reach?
I think it is a little far, but I don't think it's too far. Especially because it's going to actually be a little bit lower because we've got it up on this block in the corner here.
Be 6 inches lower.
Yeah, it'll be 6 inches lower. So I don't know. I actually think this height might be preferable, but you know, your soil is going to be what, here or here? Somewhere in this range, right?
Yeah, probably right up to the top.
You know, so I can reach, almost to the other side here. Probably
Yeah.
the way. So,
The nice thing is if you can sit on the ledge,
yeah, right. You can sit and then you can get in, especially if you can brace on that.
yeah, that kind of helps too.
Here.
Yeah. So you're saying we need 2 more of those braces?
2 more. Yeah, one there and one there.
Yeah, so I know it's time for you to go home, but I'll get those done tonight.
Yeah.
I got to go fire up the sawmill, of course, but I'll be done by tomorrow sometime. All right, well, that's it. We'll see you guys on the next video.